Gives me great pleasure to have James Hopkins back on, a man who never takes a day off. And I'm sure, is this a day off today, James?
No, this is a morning off, and then I'm working from 1.
Yeah, that's always what I mean, always.
Coaching all the time.
Exactly. So in terms of people that may not have seen previous interviews with James, he's in charge of development with SKILTECH Sports. Currently, he's the women's first team coach of our, unfortunately, just missed out on promotion, but still an excellent season. And you're also a lead academy coach.
That's right, yeah.
James has contacted us because there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes, lots of exciting stuff happening. So, James, the floor is over to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, just to start, I mean, it's been a really, really challenging season for the women's team. We've had some amazing success since 2019, really. The club didn't have a women's section. The women's team was launched in 2020. And obviously, Billy vowed that we were going to take women's football very seriously, which we have. 2021, the women's team won the Sussex League. And now 2022, we have over 100 girls from age 3 to 16 participating in football in Hastings, which is absolutely amazing. The other day, we had 2 of our age groups, under 10 and under 11, playing competitive games on the pilot field. The girls and the under 11s went to the semi-finals of their cup. Our under 15s team, really successful. They're now in their cup final, which we're waiting for a date for. And they'll be moving into our under 16s team, which we are hoping now we're going to have a much closer link with our development squads, which we have a training session for once a week, which then is linked to the first team. So we're trying to get the pathway a lot closer together so the girls can see a clear structure to the first team and opportunities for them, basically. So that's what we're looking at doing at the moment.
Yeah. Changes behind the scene then, James. A little birdie tweaked in my ear that maybe you were taking up a different post.
Yeah, so basically how we're structuring the academy is we're going along the similar lines to what professional football clubs do. So due to the expansion of the women's and girls academy, it now calls for a youth development coach, which is ages between under 12 to under 18, which is more not going to be is my post. Previously, I looked after the whole academy. Craig Otley, who has been working tremendously with our younger age groups, is going to be our foundation phase lead coach. And him and myself together are going to work to build on what we've already created, just to get some more structure. Due to travelling, I've got my own family, etc. I wanted to stay locally in Sussex. And so I'm going to take over the under 16s age group. And we are looking at increasing our training schedule from 1 session per week to 2 or 3 sessions per week, to try and get those 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds, and eventually, development players ready for first team football. So that's where we are. So it's all developing. We've learned a lot over the last year about lots of different things. And again, it's coming down for us. We want to expand. There's a lot of girls that want to play football, but we're very limited on facilities in the Hastings area. And it is frustrating. The motivation is there and the appetite is there for girls football, and we're facilitating that for them. But if we don't have adequate facilities, people are just not going to want to play. That's the difference.
Well, that's that facilities issue again, isn't it? I know that came up with what the proposed move to the Tynekiln and what that was all about. Getting those facilities. It's just, I mean, you must be pulling your hair out, James.
It's frustrating. We try not to let it get us down because we have the job to do. We need to make sure that we can work with what we've got, the best of what we got. But we want participation in women's football in Hastings and the surrounding area to increase. And it's not just about football, it's about their physical health, their mental health, and wanting to do something that they love to do. And with not even 2 or 3 artificial pitches available around here, and the lack of motivation to get these facilities from the local area, it's really frustrating. We try and look positively, but obviously there's not much we can do other than that.
I know. I mean, what's going to be, if it carries on this way, what will be our loss will be another town's gain that have got those better facilities. I mean, if we 2 or 3 pitches, I mean, it's just
it's not sustainable. because the boys need to play, the women need to play, the girls need to play. And it is frustrating, but as you say, we just have to keep growing and just hope that someone with some vision or someone with a bit of a sensible head will say, this is what we need for our young people. But, what can you do? We're looking for girls at secondary school level, between the ages of under 13 and under 16 that want to play football for Hastings United Football Club. We are actively recruiting new players. We do have teams at that particular stage at the moment, but we're always looking to increase and complement those squads. So we're going to be announcing soon some extra training days that we can do once we've sorted out where we're going to actually do it, and find the facility. We want to try and increase the training from, as I said, from 1 session to 3 sessions a week. That's very important because a lot of the clubs at the higher level, so Lewis, who are playing Liverpool next weekend, and Brighton, when they have their academies, they have a 6-hour contact time per week, and we want to try and replicate that for the girls, so they get really good value for money and they can, express themselves and enjoy their sport. That's what we're trying to do. So we're looking for new players for under 16s and our under 14s basically at the moment.
Yeah. For women that are listening, girls that are listening now, how would they go about finding out about these extra sessions?
The academy is on social media, so it's on Facebook, Twitter. I understand we have an Instagram account. I don't manage that because Twitter and Facebook is my limit.
Yeah, same way.
But if they email academy@hastingsunited.com, they can express their interest. Then that will be directed to the correct age group manager. And then we'll just get them in and they can come and try it for free. They don't have to pay. They can come and try it for free. And if they want to join the club on a regular basis, then we can go through that process as well.
I must ask, James, I know I keep going back to this, but how do you get enough? Well, how's there enough time in the day for you? I mean, with a family and everything, I mean...
everyone has to be on board with it at the end of the day. This is what I want to do. So the way I work is, it's just, you do what you got to do, and I don't buy into excuses. That might sound a little bit arrogant, but I just don't think if you want to do something, then you just do it.
You're all in, yeah.
But I have a passion for the game, and I have 3 girls of my own. So if there's nothing for them to play when they're older, then I've failed. So
are they all going to be playing for Hastings, though? Yeah,
that's the aim.
Yeah. Well, listen, James. Anytime you want to come on, any other updates, please just drop us a bell. Always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you, James Hopkins.
No problem.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Take
Chris.
care and see you next season.
Yes. Thanks, mate.
Take care.